I want to walk you through how to use ArtStor to find an artist, select a work of art from that artist that you want to discuss with the class, and share it in Blackboard. So I think a good way to do it is to just practice it on the actual assignment that we're doing here in week 1 of the course. So we're going to say, just for the heck of it, that I've already selected my artist. I've selected Romare Bearden. So I can go on to step 3 and click Go to ArtStor. Now, when you go to ArtStor, you might be prompted to type in your Surf ID and password, your Blackboard ID and password, before you can get here, because we're actually in the MiraCosta Library's access point to ArtStor. And we have to go that way because there's no other way we can get into ArtStor just via the net. We have to go through our library page. So I'm going to go into the search box. I'm going to type in Romare Bearden, and I'm going to hit go. And it's going to take a while, and it's going to call up, I don't know, something like 1,000 works of art. He's a major figure. But some of the artists on the list, there's only 5 or 6 works of art that are going to pop up. Now, it's tempting to work with this very small format for the images, but it's actually much more helpful when we're going to share the images to have them in a larger format. So I want you to go up to this little box right here and click on it. When you click on it, it's going to change the thumbnails to a larger size. And that's going to be useful when we copy these images and paste them into Blackboard. So I'm going to click View Larger Thumbnail there. And I'm going to scroll down, and I cheated a little bit ahead of time. I already have a work of art that I'm interested in. Remember, you're looking for something that you think captures some American cultural tensions, and every Bearden mural or painting or collage is fantastic. But I'm really into jazz music, and I'm intrigued by this one. This basic, simple, straightforward, modernist-style jazz painting that Bearden has done. And this was one of the motifs in his art. He had very complicated bricolage, but he also had this very modernist, linear type stuff. And I like this painting a lot. Then he had somewhere he mixed collage with this. I have one of those on in a wall in my home. Anyway, I digress. The point is, we want to share this with the class now. And we found it. Its name is Up at Mittens. The year it was created is 1980. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to right click. Using our mouse, we're going to right click on the image itself, and we're going to scroll down to Generate Image URL. So once again, we need to find our image. Here we go. We're going to right click on the image, and we're going to generate an image URL. And when you do that, you're going to get 2 options. We want to use this lower option because this lower option, this lower box, is going to allow us to embed a copy of our work of art right into the post. So I'm going to select this text, and I'm going to copy it. However you do that on your computer, copy it so you can copy and paste. And now I'm going to go back to Blackboard, to our original assignment. So I've copied and pasted this hyperlink. I'm going to go back to Blackboard. I'm going to hit the reply button. And now I can do my reply. Now the first thing I'm going to do is observe my Blackboard etiquette. I'm going to type in the name of my artist and the name of the painting. That way I don't drive my classmates crazy with RE references. And here's the tricky part where you really need to pay attention. I can't just paste this link in here because it's uniquely formatted in HTML code. So I need to click on this little HTML button over here before I do anything. So once again, I do not just paste what I've copied from the ArtStor site. I first have to click the HTML button. And you're going to see that's going to take me to a different formatting box. In this HTML code formatting box, this is when I paste my HTML link and I click update. So just to show you that again, I paste in my HTML link that I copied from ArtStor. I'm going to click update. And there it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what else do I need to do? Well, before I leave, I'm going to add a list of the tensions I see in this painting. So I see in here individualism and communalism, or I could call it competitive elitism, communal egalitarianism. So I see those two patterns in here. I also see ideas of masculinity. So aggressive and communal masculinity. Obviously, to me, this seems more communal, but you do have that trumpeter blasting the cool-looking solo, so you could argue that's a more aggressive form. But either way, jazz is interesting, right? Because it's both individual and communal at the same time, which would make for a lot of fun and interesting writing. And then also I could talk about racial hierarchy and racial equality. Because clearly this painting suggests racial hierarchy over racial equality. And remember, when we talk about attention in a work of art, both elements of the tension don't have to be equally represented. The work of art can celebrate one over the other, and that's clearly what I would say is happening in this painting in terms of racial equality. Anyway, I click all that. I type all that in, and now I'm ready to click submit. I click submit, and I'm good to go. And what's really cool about this, besides the fact that my image is right there, is that my viewer can click on the link and be taken right out to ArtStor, to a huge image. Whoa, look at that gigantic image popping up on the screen. It's so big you can't even see it. There it is. Let me slide it over. To a huge copy of the image where they can also get detailed information about the image. So it's really cool if you can learn how to do this visual image link to ArtStor. So this is what your ArtStor post should look like when you're done. Name of the artist, name of the painting. The image embedded using that cool HTML code so that someone can just click on it, and a list of the tensions you see potential tensions you see in the work of art. That's all you have to do. We're just learning how to use ArtStor. So this was kind of a complicated process. You're probably going to need to stop, rewind, and go over this video a couple times, maybe step by step as you go through the task. But I think you'll find once you get the hang of it, this is an easy and powerful tool that you'll use a lot in this course. See you in Blackboard.